On December 8th, 2023, I received an email from a woman named Kelly. She sent along a short video clip that showed a dark figure moving across the hillside at a place called Harris Park outside of Milton Freewater in Oregon. Kelly had apparently been to the park with her daughter that day and saw something unusual and just basically filmed it. When she got home, the gears started cranking and stuff, thinking, okay, what was it that I actually saw? So she posted it on Facebook. Facebook being Facebook, well, she got a lot of hate for it, but she also got some good advice. Someone suggested that she send the video to me. Perhaps I might be able to shed some light on it. I spoke to Kelly at length on the phone and found her to be very, very credible. She is just a woman who filmed something unusual and wanted to get to the bottom of it. I had no sense that she was hoaxing or trying to get attention or anything like that. So I made arrangements to meet her out at the site in person so she can go over what happened that day with me. Keith and I met her at 9 o'clock in the morning out at the park at the actual location where she filmed the footage, and she told us her story. So go ahead and tell me from the beginning to the end about what was happening, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah, sure.
All right, so my daughter and I were coming up here. There's like a river right back here that we like to come up and go look at. And so we were coming up here to come and get like pictures and things like that. Mm-hmm. And when we very first started coming up this road a little bit around the corner is when I noticed just like a black thing standing on the hillside. And it caught my eye because it was just very out of place. Mm-hmm. And so I didn't think much of it. We finished coming up the road and when I very first saw it, it was like still, it was just stiff. So I didn't think too much of it. We came up here and I go to flip my car for a U-turn so we can park, and then that's when my car was facing straight, and then I saw it again and I was like, what is that? And I'm saying this out loud so my daughter can hear me. She's, what's what? And I'm like, that up on the mountain, you don't see it? And she was like, no, I don't. And so I pulled out my phone and I zoomed in, because I was showing her what I was looking at. So I zoomed it in and then I hit record. And then that's when you could hear me saying, like, look with my thumb, because I was standing like this. I'm like, look with my thumb. Look, it's right here. See right there. Oh. Look where my thumb's pointing.
Oh, yeah.
See him?
Uh-huh.
And she was like, oh, yeah, I see it. And then she stopped looking like through the phone and she looked and she saw it. And she was like, what is that? And so I was like, oh, it's a human. And then, because that's the only thing that came to my mind.
Sure.
That's what I thought. So I stopped recording because I didn't want to be like a creep, sitting over here filming somebody on the hillside. And they're like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Since we were actually at the location itself, we had to do some sort of recreation if possible. So I wanted to find out where it was standing. Go up on that hill. Maybe I can look around to see some footprints. Maybe I can get a sense if it's even possible if it was a human being, because that was really the goal here. Could that be a Bigfoot? We may not be able to get to the bottom of it, but perhaps we could shed light on that one question. Could it be a Bigfoot? We walked past the gate and soon found out why the gate was locked. Just a few hundred yards down the road, it was washed out. The Walla Walla River, which is this river here, completely washed out the road. This is going to be hard to navigate, but I had to get up on the hill. After I got past this treacherous section of road, I soon found myself at a trailhead. At the trailhead, I'd already gone too far, so I had to double back and look around for an opportunity to find a trail or some sort of way to get up on that hill. Trail paralleled the steep hillside, and when I say steep, I mean it, man. That is some steep stuff. Going up, that's 45 degrees or perhaps even steeper, and going down is no piece of cake either. But the trail is nice and safe. I'm staying on there until I have to go up. I gotta go up the hill here. Up the hill is no joke, man. It had snowed and rained in the few days between when Kelly shot the footage and when we arrived to do the recreation. So the ground is very, very wet. It's saturated in a lot of places. One wrong step and I could fall 20, 30, 50 feet before I could catch myself. I need to watch my step. Okay, I think that is the tree, which means I'm in the right area right here. It was somewhere around here, but dude, why would anybody come up here? I mean, I'm here, but I'm trying to find where this thing is. But what in the world was somebody doing up here? I mean, people are weird. Maybe they were up here. I don't know. But it is steep as all get out. There's deer scat up here, and that's really about it. There's water in this draw, but there's water everywhere, so that can't be it. Let's look around, see what I can find. Might have been up there. A bit further. I got up to the general area and I could see Keith down there. I could see Keith by the car. I could see his face, I could see his hands, he was wearing clothing. This is interesting because even though I don't know if I'm standing in the right place and Keith is having a hard time putting me there, I can see the details on Keith and we can't see any details on the figure. Huh. All right, this is looking kind of promising.
Just having a real hard time picking you up. I see you, but I'm having a hard time getting you on the camera.
No, I get it, man. If you can't do it, you can't do it. But this might help you place me a little bit better.
We're having trouble putting me in the right spot, so Keith and I decided to take the time and switch positions. We're gonna flip-flop spots. Keith is gonna come up here, and maybe with all that time difference, it'll clear up a bit. It looks like it's clearing up a little bit. I can see across the river now, and I couldn't before. So I'm gonna make my way down, but I'm gonna turn the camera off because it turns out going down's a lot scarier than coming up, and it is extraordinarily steep here. So excuse me while I turn you off. I'm gonna go down and be where Kelly was when she filmed the figure, and then Keith's gonna go up here. I have a lot more experience doing this sort of thing than Keith does. I mean, the Finding Bigfoot thing put 9 years of experience of this exact sort of thing under my belt. So I'm gonna see if I can perhaps put Keith where he needs to be so we can gauge how large this figure might have been.
Okay, I don't know if anybody can see anything on this, but I'm up here on the top of this mountain, and right now it's fogging in, and visibility is really poor. I believe I'm pretty close to where this thing was, but I can't tell yet.
This is not cool at all. The weather has changed. It wasn't good to begin with, but now it's even worse. There is fog everywhere. I can't even see Keith most of the time.
It's pretty sketchy up here. The ground and the terrain are very steep, and it makes me wonder why somebody or something would be up here. Fog's getting thicker.
We kept waiting and waiting and waiting for the fog to lift, and it became very clear it was not going to do so. So eventually, we just called it in.
Okay, I think that's it. We're going to call it. I'm going to head back down.
I don't blame you, man. It's cold. I'll see you in a few minutes.
Out.
There you go. The fog's not going to lift today, man. I think this is it. Long drive. We got to go explore up there. That's cool. We got to learn a little bit of stuff. But we didn't get the picture we need. We were defeated once again by the weather. This is not the first time, and it certainly will not be the last time. So Keith came back down, and we put our heads together and compared notes.
I just got back from being up on the hill where the creature or thing was. I spent like an hour up there, and for the life of me, all the time I was up there, I couldn't help but ask myself, why would somebody be up here wandering around? Because, I don't know, it was about this steep of an angle, and not someplace you just go for a stroll. So, and there's nothing up there. Nothing at all. So, I don't know what it was.
Weird.
Yeah, very weird.
So at the end of the day, is it a Bigfoot? I don't know. I really don't know. Could it be a Bigfoot? Absolutely, it could be a Bigfoot. This is excellent habitat. The Walla Walla River has a ton of stuff out of it. There have been sightings, there have been casts. The Blue Mountains in general are excellent. That figure up on the hill seemed to be one color head to toe and all dark. Yet when I was up there looking down at Keith, I could see he was wearing clothing. So is it a Bigfoot? I don't know. Could it be a Bigfoot? Quite possibly. This is interesting. I hope I can get back here at some point and do a good recreation of the size. I mean, maybe it's only 6 feet tall and it wouldn't help. Maybe it's 8 feet tall and it's going to blow my mind. Hopefully I can get back here and do that recreation at some point. And when I do, I will take you, our members, with me. Thank you very much for your support. I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you next time. So now, go ahead and just tell me what you heard, or what, not what you heard. Go ahead and tell me what you saw and what happened on that weird day.
We were coming in, and my mom saw it, so she showed me it, and it was moving weird.
Like how? What do you mean weird?
Like it was like coming down or up, and it was like moving weird. And freezing.
Freezing?
Yeah, like freeze and then move, and then freeze and then move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that something you've seen people move like before?
No.
No? Did it look like a big thing or a small thing or a regular size thing?
Big.
Big? Like how big? What do you think? Bigger than him? He's tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think so? And what else is weird about it? Anything else? Could you see it wearing clothing?
No.
You didn't see clothing on it? Weird. That is weird.